say I ain't no good, and I'm crazy as a loon. Cause I shave my head in the morning, pick guitar in the afternoon. Just like old Chief and Charlie, I like to lay around in the shade. Well, I ain't got no money, but you better believe I got it made. Cause I ain't asking nobody for nothing if I can't get it on my own. If you don't like the way I'm living, just leave this bald-headed country boy alone.
Before this episode of the Josh Terry Podcast gets started, we want to thank all of our sponsors. 3B Construction and Roofing, Your Choice Healthcare, Lori's Dive-In, DPF Alternatives, and they have a new address, by the way. It is 288 Eatington Highway, Gray, Georgia, 31032. Nobles Networking, Project K9 Hero, who is a lifetime sponsor of the show. If you would like to figure out how to be a lifetime sponsor of the show, please message me now. Cottonfield Grill, Pearl Promoting, Backroad Park and Event Venue. Don't forget, November 10th and 11th, we are over there for their Veterans Day celebration. Friday night is Tristan Baugh and Confederate Railroad. And on Saturday is Miss Ella Langley and Trey Lewis. I will be hosting the event. It is going to be an awesome time. Do not miss out. Tickets are available now. Cashman's Pub, Down Yonder Hatco, Deep South Chemical, and we're bringing back an old feature that we haven't done in a while. Our Spotlight Song of the Month, an artist spotlight, is on Mr. Hunter Mounts and Kyle Austin. They just put out a song called Collard Greens. I really, really like it. I'm going to play it for you in a couple weeks whenever these boys come into the show. So do me a favor now. Go follow both these guys on social media and download our Song of the Month, Collard Greens, by Hunter Mounts and Kyle Austin. Better than basic. Miss Erica does our website. She does all our graphic design. She does everything for us. Please go check them out now for any of your social media needs, marketing needs, whatever. And check out the JoshTerryPodcast.com, our official website. Grab some merch while you're there. And please leave a review and rate the show if you love this. Please help me grow. All I need you to do is take 5 minutes out of your time, go to Apple, Spotify, however you listen to the show, and leave a review. Leave us 5 stars. It helps us more than you know. I'm grateful for each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for making the show what it is. Now, I'll stop with the business side of the show now, and we'll get to talking. Thank y'all for listening. Enjoy the show. Thank y'all for tuning into the Josh Terry Podcast, brought to you by Raising Grace Studios. So this month, if y'all haven't noticed yet, there's kind of a trend with some guests we've had on, and that has been people who have been around since I opened the studio back in October of 20. And there's been stories that I've told with several different folks that's been on the show, but one that I try to tell as much as possible is my buddy that's in here with me today, is Mr. Matthew Burton. What's up, brother?
What's up, brother? It's good to be back.
You can pull the mic back to you, too, if you want to, so you don't have to lean up every time.
It's good to be back, man.
I'm glad that you know how to fucking use a microphone this time.
Yeah.
Everybody's always like, I really want to hear what this guy says, but he talks like this. He's so monotone.
Well, fine. I think we fixed that this time.
Oh, yeah. We're putting the mic in your motherfucking mouth this time, son. And then introduce Phil.
Well, we got my buddy Phil with me that's been here before. He did the New Year's episode we did together.
Yeah, y'all keep going. I got to stay here, bud.
That was a lot of fun. He's been one of my best friends for, I don't know what, almost 15 years at this point. Yeah. So, like, he knows my story. He's been with me through a lot of it. So, everybody welcome in Phil. Say what's up to the people, Phil.
Hey, guys. What's up?
You can pull that mic to you, too, all the way to you.
Okay. Hey, man, this is Philip. I've been friends with this fool for a long time. He's crazy. Don't let him fool you. He might have a soft voice, but he's crazy. He's like a cobra, man. He might look soft, but he's crazy.
I don't think a fucking cobra looks soft, but
I don't either.
I've never heard anybody say, you know what looks real soft? fucking cobra.
right?
That's the point.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah, I don't know.
Well, they don't when the snake is not doing the whole like bat wing thing.
Yeah.
They look like an ordinary snake. It's just once
Yeah,
they
when
get
they put their
all
hoods
yeah.
up or something.
I
That's
got you.
what I meant.
That's probably better. That's probably better to say
Yeah.
than soft.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
I would agree with that.
Soft's a little hard to if I could go with that one.
Yeah.
But anyway, I appreciate y'all coming to hang out. Matthew, I've told your story to fucking tons and tons of folks or whatever. But we
appreciate it, man.
we got a lot of new listeners and everything. We always gain, different folks every month. Lose some folks sometimes, but we gain some folks too. Right. Anyway, I wanted to kind of share your story, especially since we're fixing to move from down here. And I've had you now, I've had Cobb, I've had David, I've had a couple more folks this month that literally I think y'all were all top 10, top 20 shows that I started off with.
That's awesome, man. I didn't even know
Are
that.
the first ones, I mean, like the first 20.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. Because I think we came in. I know me and you had been talking about it for years, and we never got around to it. And
Yeah.
then when you opened up the studio, you were just looking for guests one day.
Yeah.
And I just hit you up and was like, "Hey, man, you want me to come through?" And you was
I
like,
always
"Yeah."
want you to.
So
like
I was
you've done a lot of fun shit with us in the past 3 years, man.
It's been fun, man. I love it. I love being a part of everything that you do because, I mean, man, it means a lot to me to see you growing the way you have.
Thank you, Bubba.
Man, I've told you this before, but I'm gonna say it on air. I'm proud of you, man.
I'm proud of
it's
you, Bubba.
awesome. It's awesome to watch you grow and become where you're at now.
Dude, that means the
Especially
world
from-
to me.
Especially from where you started. And I know a lot of your story because I was around for some of
Yeah.
it, not much, but I watched and paid attention. So to see where you're at now, man, I'm extremely proud of you, man. You've been blessed for real.
Well, thank you, dude. That means the world to me. I just have a firm belief. You do shit the right way, good
Yes,
shit
sir.
happens to you.
Yes, sir.
Slow and steady wins the race. I don't care what anybody says. Like, I could do a lot of stupid shit
Yep.
and could have grown a whole lot more. I could literally leech on to fucking every big social media personality there was and be like, oh, that's the content I want to have this week.
Yep.
And a lot of them, because there's been a lot of people that's wanted to do this show, mainly because of who they've seen do it. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, but what do you got to offer the world?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
Exactly.
and that's what I am. I don't really give a fuck about what. I don't really care about that. Like it's not me. It's I want to do shit my way, and if I can't do shit my way, then I'm gonna fail doing shit my way. And so far, we just hadn't failed.
Exactly. And
become-
that's the thing, man. You take the risk, and once it pays off, you know you did it the right way. And if it doesn't, I got to pivot a different way.
Yeah,
That's essentially what my story is.
yeah,
It's like I want to go this way. Oh, I can't. Okay, let me switch it up and figure out how I can do
Yeah.
it another way.
And then, like you said, you don't want to be a copycat of other people. You want to be original, and that's what originality is. What creates popularity.
yeah. I mean, you have to, in some way, shapes, or form, you have to see what is working for other people and pay attention
yeah,
to it.
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. No, I get it. But for the majority of what I do, I try to be so fucking different than everybody else.
Right.
And sometimes it doesn't come across that way. I mean, it really doesn't. I mean, it's to say that, I'm the only person doing it my way, this exact way, is probably wrong. There's probably a lot of people that's trying to do it the same way. I think I don't know. Like, it's kind of
the
cocky.
way-
I'm better at it. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I know that I can do this better. If you give me good guests,
Right.
you give me a good guest, somebody that'll talk, I know I can out-convo any fucking body. Like, almost anybody. We can sit here by the end of the show and talk about the dumbest fucking shit on the planet.
Right.
And we'll still have a good conversation.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I love being around you and being a part of the podcast is because, like you said, we can talk about the things that matter, or we can talk about the stupidest shit in the world.
Yeah.
And still have a good time. But one of the things I love about your podcast and a couple others that I listen to, you actually care about the people you have on.
Oh, absolutely.
And you've said it several times, the people you've had on this show are like family to you.
They are.
And I see that because you've embraced me and my my story. Like, we've been out a couple times, and I've been right there with you, and I've watched you do what you do. Like, to watch you network is something cool to watch, man. Because you could, and I actually, to be honest, I picked up on some of that.
Well,
Like,
good.
Because with what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to network myself too.
Yeah.
So, like, if I go out to an event and I know it's gonna be good for me and what I'm trying to do with my career, like, I'll go around and network with people and try to. And it's so funny at my friend's last fight. Like, before I could even sit down, I had to go speak to like so many different freaking people because everybody was like, Matt, what's up? So like I had to go talk to the referee and one of the promoters and then people that were there for us and, you know.
Well, the thing is with networking, and that is where like I think it's my fucking superpower.
I believe it.
To be real, like but it's what I try to tell folks all the fucking time, man. When I walk into a room, I don't go in there expecting to talk to anyone. I go in there and I want to be me. I want to have fun. And then what usually happens, just by you being yourself and not begging one person who knows another person to, hey, introduce me to this person or whatever.
Pleaser, basically.
Yeah, like I'm not that. I'm just me. And everybody, like you'd be surprised how many folks will end up coming up to you if you're just enjoying yourself and your friends with their friends.
Yep, because that's me in a nutshell. Because like normally I go to places where, even if it is somewhere where I feel comfortable, I want to duck off in a corner because I don't want to feel like I'm bothering anybody.
Yeah.
And then people it just seems like people.
You definitely don't bother nobody, Matthew.
exactly.
Yeah, there's no, you don't
done-
fucking
yeah,
bother nobody.
You say that, but I feel like I am in the way a lot of the times, and that's one of my anxiety things.
Your crutches might be, but you're not. Did you even have your crutches when you came in here today?
No,
Oh, good.
I don't use them when I walk around
Okay.
town or like if I'm somewhere where I know I'm comfortable, I'll be
Yeah.
good. But like if I gotta go somewhere where there's a big crowd or like if
Going
I
to
know
Atlanta or something.
or
Yeah.
I know I gotta do a lot of walking, then I'll
Yeah.
take them.
Okay.
Like going
Comic-Con, yeah.
walking around in Cochrane, walking around Eastman, like that ain't no problem for me.
Yeah,
Unless I'm, like,
it just
walking
hit
around the
me
world.
that I haven't seen you with them in a while.
Yeah, MMA did that. Jiu-Jitsu did that.
Yeah.
Because when I first got started and we planned for me to fight, the matchmaker told us, he was like, you might not want to bring your canes because the doctor might, they might deny you outright.
Damn.
So I had like, I don't know, 8 weeks to prepare for the fight. So I was like, okay, I got to get used to walking without them. So for that whole entire 8 weeks, and part of my fight camp was learning how to walk around without my canes.
Really?
Yeah. So I just started doing it, and now I've gotten so used to it that I don't even use them anymore.
Well, since some people are going to be listening to this and they're going to be like, canes? What the fuck are they talking about canes for? So Matt was born with cerebral palsy. Or is it what do I always say it wrong?
You can say it either way, because sometimes I say it both ways. I say cerebral or cerebral.
Okay.
I say both.
I've called it cerebral palsy.
You can slide your mic literally almost off the table for you. That way it's more comfortable. There you
But
go.
I
just want to make sure you get picked up good, too.
You're good. How's that?
Me being me and me being a huge wrestling fan, I always say cerebral because of Triple H. The cerebral.
Cerebral assassin.
Yeah.
That's one way to fucking do it, Matthew.
So like, I picked up on that, and I've been saying it that way ever since. But I have said both, so you can say it either way.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's ever got on my ass for me about it, but it feels like somebody at one point in time was like, hey, you're saying it wrong, dumbass. And now I overthink it every time I say it.
Trust me, I would tell you if I did, because I'm a bit of a grammar person.
Oh, you talking wrong, motherfucker.
I
Man. You
know.
know, my spelling, my punctuation, my everything sucks.
Bro, the funniest thing is like now I hear myself talk sometimes, and I hear the country come out of my voice, and I'm like, where did that come from? That is not me. And then I'm like, oh yeah,
You've been here too long. That's
Yeah,
what
I've
it
been
is.
here
You've
for
been
over
way too
20
long.
years at this point. So yeah, it's bound to come out at some point.
Well, why don't you tell folks who don't know about
myself.
like you're more than just somebody who does combated sports that has cerebral palsy.
Right.
Like dude, I'm telling you, I brag on you so fucking much because you're one of those people, like, you ain't got a big social media following. You should. Like, you should have. Like, people should know how big of a heart you have and what kind of dude you are. There's a reason why,
appreciate it.
like, I like you being around. You're always like this Dude, I don't know how to put it. You're always like a fucking. You just collect good energy. You're like a fucking white girl's crystal. Like, yeah,
That's a good
yeah. You're like a white bitch's crystal. Like, I feel like if I just toted you around with me all day, I'd have the best energy of all time.
Or like
Bro,
Starbucks.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, especially with me in this situation I've been going through lately. Like, I have my self-doubts, you know, my own mental struggles that I go through. So, like, man, I really do appreciate that. One of the things I, like, pride myself on is no matter what, like, I have to realize, one, I'm blessed. God's put me in a position to where I can do the things that I do. Two, man, everybody has their bad days. So, like, slowly but surely, I got to keep pushing. And that was one of the things that I got taught from my parents and their military background. You know, it was like, you can get through anything, but just, you know, you got to work really hard and you got to keep pushing, keep moving forward. You know, the phrase ever forward, keep going until, like, even when you feel like giving up, just don't stop.
Yeah, that blows my mind that you're like that. I don't know if you ever listened to the show that me and Dustin Heron and his little brother Chase Currington. I always say Chase's last name wrong. Chase, I love you. If I fucked it up, I'm sorry. But he has cerebral palsy too, and we all did a show together. And dude's on there, and he's got us all fucking crying. But
I've actually talked to Chase.
Is he not the fucking coolest dude?
He's cool,
he
man.
is
He's
such a
cool.
good fucking dude.
Yeah.
But we was all doing the show together in over at Lake Martin, Alabama, and their lake house. And he was just like, man, there's people out there. I stay positive because people out there have got it worse than me. Yep. And we're like, are you fucking kidding me right now, Chase?
He's
That,
not wrong.
I know, but it's just so hard for it. My brain doesn't comprehend what all you've been through, all he's been through, and you're so positive and such a light in this world, to where you got people that are just cunts that have 100% had the best life ever.
Straight up.
Yeah,
assholes.
like fucking great genetics, beautiful fucking people, born rich, fucking born smart, but they're cunts.
Yep.
Yeah, they're just mean motherfucking people that you don't ever want to be around. And then you've had somebody like you that's had every bad card dealt to you that you could have gotten. You're still like, I'm good.
Yep.
I'm going to be positive. Chase, the same way, man.
It's so funny because, like, people will come to me and be like, I think it messes me up a little bit because I don't have a lot of, I don't know if the word is empathy or sympathy. Like,
Empathy would be where you identify with somebody else's,
emotional.
somebody else's emotional shit.
I think, okay, so I have empathy because I feel for people in messed up situations, you know, in bad situations. I feel
Phil, you are going to shake the goddamn floor loose in this.
I'm so sorry, dude.
I know, it's funny. I was like, I thought it was a fucking earthquake a while ago. And I look over there and you fucking shaking.
Well, I noticed it too because I saw your beard and I was like,
Well,
am
I don't know how
fucking
much
doing
coke
that?
you
I'm
did before you got here, but shit.
So much, man.
he's just naturally fidgety.
That's usually why people shake.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this, but before this was black, and then I'm joking.
It's okay.
But
It's funny to me.
it's a thing, like, it's not empathy.
If you have to shake, Phil, it's fine. I was just fucking with you, buddy.
I mess with him about it all the time too.
I don't mean to. It's a habit.
It's like, Phil, be fucking still, bro.
It's okay.
But nah, it's the thing. I have empathy, but I don't have sympathy because I'm like, and I think it makes me a little bit of an asshole sometimes because, like,
No, it doesn't.
it really does.
Well,
Because
I'll tell you why it shouldn't make you feel like an asshole. Especially somebody like you. Or we won't even take somebody that's been in your shoes. We'll just take a rich and poor scenario here. Because I don't want to throw you under the bus when I say this, because I don't want to make you sound like an asshole. Let's take somebody that grew up poor. And they look at somebody that's constantly got money, that are wealthy, and bitching about their problems. Like, it's hard, even though you know they have a problem, like whatever they're going through in their world, it sucks for them. You're like, oh, I have empathy for you because I identify you have a problem, but I have no sympathy for you because come down here to fucking poor man's land and let me show you what a problem is.
that's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Sympathy,
And then, like-
sympathy, I think it's more like a relatable, like you relate
Yeah.
to it. Empathy is emotion.
Yeah.
Empathy is like you feel bad for him, but like, the sympathy is like you can identify with it. And a lot of the time I can't. And
Give a shit,
You
man.
shouldn't have to, Matthew.
sometimes I'm just like, well, I'm sorry that happened to you, and like I'll say it just like that, and then I'm like, damn, did I say that wrong? Like,
No.
like that sucks for you, but like, what am I supposed to do about it? You know?
Sometimes I think there's nothing wrong with being there. I think we need a little bit more accountability. You know, you don't have to be necessarily an asshole, but if you're honest, you're honest. And sometimes reality checks need to be signed and
Yep.
applied to
Yep.
some people.
I like that.
Yep, exactly.
I like that. Actually, I really like that, Phil. Reality checks need to be signed.
Cause like
And applied.
That's good, dude. That's really fucking good.
my thing, cause one of my things is like, yeah, that sucks, but what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
A lot of my problems are self-inflicted, I will admit. So like, I don't
What
ever,
the fuck you mean a lot of your problems are self-inflicted?
bruh, it's a long story, dog. Especially with my mental
Yeah.
issue. Like
That's not self-inflicted.
I have no, but some of the stuff I could let go. I really could, but it's hard for me to let go because of how it made me feel at the time, and like, and how I choose to deal with it.
Well, I will tell
And
you.
I can't figure out how not to feel that way. And yeah, I probably do need to talk to somebody about it because I don't want to feel that way all the time.
Welcome
And
to Dr. Terry's office, baby. We open for business.
it's a lot of stuff that I really don't want to get into, but
Yeah.
a lot of it has to do with my anger.
Yeah.
And like, and people always say like, Matt, you are positive. And I'm like, yeah, because I done been through some stuff, and some of that stuff is still there, and I need to get rid of it because it's bad that I feel the way that I do.
No. Let me tell you that's as somebody who like literally works on himself every single fucking day, tries to learn something new about mental health or new way to whatever, to reason stuff out every day. One thing that is a sure fire thing that you need to know is until your mind, your heart, your soul, or whatever is ready to let something go, there's a reason why you're still holding on to it. And it might not be because you should correct that thing. It might not be because you still want that thing. It's none of those things. It's you have to process it in a way to where whatever you're feeling, you learn from it, you grow from it. Until you actually grow from a situation, you're gonna hold on to it.
Right.
So it's not always. We'll just use like a relationship as an example. Sometimes, and I'm guilty of this as anybody, is holding on to somebody when you shouldn't.
Yep.
It's like still
I'm guilty of that
it's
too.
still
Yes.
wanting somebody even when you know that you shouldn't. Well, most of the time, it's just because it was real for you.
Yep.
It was real. It meant something to you.
Yep.
But when you really start to think about, man, I know it didn't work out. What can I do to make it work out? Some things break because they're supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
And when you really get it in your head, hey, I have to process this the right way. If I'm going to be sad, let's be fucking big sad. If I'm going to be mad, let's be big mad. Let's just find a way to put it out into the world in a way that doesn't hurt anybody or whatever you doing. What you do, fucking anger-wise, fucking go down and beat a shot, punching bag or something.
That's part of what it is for me. Like, not only did MMA and jiu-jitsu save my life physically, it saved me mentally too, because I have that outlet.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I want to, that I'm actually working on doing, is I want to start working with a lot of veterans and stuff to let them have, veterans and other people with like mental issues and stuff, that can do, for them to be able to do jiu-jitsu, for it to be their release. Because it's my release. It literally, like I've said it before and I'll say it again, it literally saved my life. Mm-hmm. So I want to be able to spread that out. And I'm working on some things to get there, but which I've talked to you about.
Yeah.
I'm working on some things to get there, and slowly but surely we will get there eventually.
It's like you were talking about the whole expressing when it comes to relationship. It's funny you said that. He was going through a breakup. You know the one I'm talking about, the one particularly. And I suggested, I was like, well, hey, why don't we get some pumpkins and get a sledgehammer and get some swords?
Rage room shit.
And that's what we did. We it was at my house. We got some pumpkins. I love swords and knives and stuff like that. So I had a bunch of them out there, and we literally just have
We
at
took
it.
a
And
bunch
he-
of
and
shit and smashed pumpkins.
smashed it, and he
Like
had
it was,
a ball.
it was.
Well,
That was cathartic as I don't know what.
Yeah.
Bro.
It
It
was
was.
so much
It was
fun.
awesome.
yeah, well, even like with something like that, though, because you got the sad side of a breakup, you got the mad side of a breakup.
Yeah.
That's addressing the mad side. Like, I tell folks all the time, man, have a good fucking cry.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pick the saddest goddamn movie that you could find, saddest book you could find, cry and let it out.
Yeah.
That's what I've done that recently with
Yeah.
with what's going on with my family situation.
Yeah.
I've had to do that, and it does make you feel better afterwards. It really
Also,
does.
do mushrooms. Just do a shit ton of mushrooms.
I'll get with you about that.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I'll give you all advice in the world on it. Watch the fucking thing on Netflix, How to Change Your Mind. There's a 78-year-old woman on there that has cancer.
Oh wow.
She is like, this is everybody's grandma. Like not uptight, obviously,
Right.
but she's a everyday grandma. She's not a hippie, not anybody or whatever. And so, stereotypical 78-year-old grandma. And she somehow decides, okay, I'm going to do a psilocybin trip. And because she says in it, like, she says that my cancer is not killing me. My depression from the cancer is killing me. I'm 78 years old. I've lived a good life. Like, it's everything that I'm worried about leaving behind is what's literally fucking killing me.
Yeah.
Right?
That hits home for me.
Yeah. And let me tell you, she does that shit. And when you hear her talk about it afterwards, and she's like, I got peace. She said, all my depression from it and everything is gone. She said, I know that my family's going to be fine. That everything. Like, I don't know why I'm sitting here making myself miserable every single day. Death is part of life.
Yeah.
Right.
It's something you can't run. Like, I think too many of us, and it's because we live in this Western world where we feel like we're safe and, but in reality is death comes to everybody. It can come at any time, at any moment.
It made me. I'm scared shitless of flying, or I was.
Right.
I have such bad anxiety, like driving through bad traffic. Oh, shit, that's going to hit hard. I didn't pull it on that bitch a little while. But I have such bad anxiety driving through, like, Atlanta or anything. Fuck.
And I get that, man. I've driven,
But it
I get it.
literally took it to where, talk for a minute, feel something cough.
Yeah,
That was a joke.
Yeah,
That was a joke. But
that's what
it
I'm
literally
going
took
for.
it from where in the past I've done it more, and I haven't done it a lot. I'm fixing to do a lot because thank you to Beeswax, who sent me. They sent me like a fucking $1,000 worth of mushroom shit today.
Oh wow.
Like a massive fucking amount of shit.
Nice.
And it'll be here Wednesday. Yeah, you might not find me. I might be on a goddamn moon by the fucking weekend.
All right, so
But-
don't text Josh until like
But
next Wednesday.
But it literally made it to where in the past couple months since I started doing them more, you have these realization moments. Like, I microdose. I don't trip. But you have these realization moments to where, man, everything I was worried about, I'm not worried about anymore. And then like it makes you have like some self-reflection to where I'm letting the stuff that's traumatic in my life or the stuff that I think is traumatic control me and like make it to where I'm not living life to 100.
See, that's kind of how I've been feeling lately. It's like
Oh, it'll change your fucking life.
I'm like, I need to let this go. I need to figure out how to deal with this because it shouldn't be having this effect on me.
Well, there's a reason though. Like, you gotta understand, there's a reason why everything has an effect on you. There's supposed to be some chapters of our life that are harder because there's a
Right.
lesson to be learned there.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And I've learned a lot of lessons through the past couple years because of how I've felt. And like I have grown, but it's still there, and I still, like I said, I still don't want to let it go. And you're right. When I grow from it, I will eventually let it go.
Yeah.
When that point comes, I'll be glad that it happened for sure. But
You
right
have
now,
to
it's
get
still-
through the pain of something to understand it.
Right.
That's the fucking bad part about
Yeah.
pain,
And I
or
think I
like
haven't
learning
gotten through that yet.
hard-headed lessons, right?
Right.
I think the thing that everybody goes through. There's two. I've realized there's two stages of a person's life. There's a stage of ignorance and there's a stage of reflection. The problem is most folks live their whole lives in that stage of ignorance. Heck, even to the deathbed. That's why, like you see it towards the end of their deathbed, they're like, "Hey, I want a preacher. I want a pastor." And
Yeah.
it's that self-reflection. And when you're in that level of self-reflection, you're in a really good place because, trust me, you don't want to be in that stage of
Well,
ignorance.
it also, too, from what it's done for me, is it's made me think about everybody has to grow. Everybody has to make mistakes in life.
Yep.
If you're still holding on to your mistakes, that you're like, damn, I really got to rebound from this. I got to make amends with this or whatever. It makes you realize, hey, if nobody else is holding it against you, why are you still holding it against you?
Yep.
Like, even I'll use Michael Vick as a perfect example. Everybody wanted to kill Michael Vick for the fucking dog fighting shit
Yep.
because he was fighting dogs. He'd not been doing anything else. What nobody gave a shit.
And it wasn't even like he wasn't even directly.
No,
involved.
that ESPN documentary. There's no way he wasn't involved more than that fucking 60 for 60 made it.
He was involved.
They're
but
probably trying
like,
to save face, though, probably.
Yeah, I mean they would.
I could see
Yeah,
that.
ESPN ain't fixing, and he might not have been,
Right.
but I would if I had to actually bet on it. If I could travel back in time and be a fly on the wall, I would think he was more involved in it than
Right.
what it. But even with him, he goes, he does his time, he comes back, has a hard time getting a job in the NFL. He's still young, still fucking talented. It took somebody. And he says this somewhere, I can't remember where it's at. It took Andy Reid or whoever it was to give him another chance before he forgave himself for the shit he had done.
Right.
So
right.
it's almost like you have to wait on somebody else to be like, hey, dude,
You're okay.
you're okay, man.
Yeah. You're okay.
Well, it's like I might not necessarily like him as much as some people, but it's like the whole thing with Logan Paul. Even though all that, what happened with him, and he he bounced back basically.
What happened with Logan Paul? I'm not the biggest fans of them.
Me either.
I'm not the biggest fan either, but I keep up with the news. Basically, what happened is that he went over to Japan, and in Japan they have this some area where it's like basically called the suicide forest or whatever.
Yeah.
And basically, what happened is and he recorded the forest, and then he recorded actually a body of someone who committed
Oh
suicide.
no,
And
fucking
then,
shit!
Yeah.
And then
hanging
instead of
from a
not
tree.
doing nothing, don't post it, not do it, he posted it.
Why would he post it?
Because
It's Logan Paul.
content
Jesus
creator.
Christ.
bro.
And then that's what basically screwed his life out for a good little while, and then he came back, and then I think that's when he did the whole podcast thing
Yeah.
and tried to copycat Joe Rogan. Well, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't copycat Joe Rogan. But yeah, that's what happened with that. But that's what I'm sometimes situations like that you either grow from or either you let it destroy you. It's either one or the
Or
other.
you grow from it, and he seems to have grown from it, but
To a degree, but
yeah, to a degree, but still, he's still Logan Paul.
Well, I mean, still like
he's a public.
he's a
figure,
kid
though.
too.
yeah,
He's a kid, and a lot of people forget the motherfucker's a kid just
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he's been on the internet forever.
Yeah.
You're gonna do stupid shit.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this: I'm gonna say it right here on this fucking show because I went back and I deleted it off all my social media. All you motherfuckers that say that the internet is forever, find it. Okay. Before I started getting not offended, before I started realizing that the Confederate flag wasn't what I thought it was growing up, that it meant something completely fucking different.
Yeah.
Okay. There was a picture of me and some friends holding one, and it had Obama's face on it.
oof.
Yeah. Very stupid
Oh, wow.
fucking flag.
Right.
Like, I mean, it's fucking stupid. But at the time, you're around certain people, and you're like, oh, they think this is funny. I think this is funny. You didn't realize the ignorance in it.
Yep.
Like, everybody's got that fucking moment.
Yeah.
Everybody has that moment, and you just don't. Dude probably didn't realize it. I am being completely insensitive right now
Yep.
and look like a fucking asshole. That's what I look like.
We've had, I think, like you said, everybody has those moments. I know I have.
Yeah, you can't hold that shit against anybody.
Yeah.
And then anything like you're going through, or me, or Phil, or whatever, like, you have to realize that if everybody else is forgiving you, it's time to forgive yourself.
Yeah. Yeah,
Or
you're
or
right.
even if forgiveness isn't there from everybody else, if they don't care anymore. Like, if they don't give a fuck about what happened, why should you give a fuck about
Right.
what
That's why I
happened?
don't like cancel culture sometimes, because I'm like,
I have yet to see
Yeah.
anything on cancel
But you
culture
know what I'm
that
saying.
actually, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly.
Well,
Yeah.
they,
Yeah, like, they deserved it. Fucking
But I'm
that-
just saying,
yeah.
some people it ain't always
No.
justified. It's
Yeah.
kind of like
Yeah.
just because someone said something and it wouldn't even refer to that, or it's out of context. Nowadays with the internet, you can literally have anything out of context.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
You
it's
wanted me to
crazy.
go back and tell my story a little bit again, right?
Oh, yeah.
For
Fuck
the
you.
ones
Let's
that-
get off of me holding up Confederate flags with a bomb on it, please.
Yeah. Now you got to go back and erase it.
Oh, that shit's gone gold.
So, I was born with cerebral palsy, like we said, which is a brain disorder that affects multiple people in multiple different ways. The way mine affects me is the way I walk and my balance and some of my fine motor skills. And like, so growing up for me, like, things was hard. I had to learn how to do certain things certain ways. Like, my parents were told that I would never walk. So through countless surgeries and years of therapy, I eventually learned how to walk. And then we moved from Alaska to Georgia to be with my mom's family. And so growing up, I was always into sports and martial arts because my dad was a huge martial arts and sports fan, especially football and basketball and baseball. So I got into athletics, but there was never anything I really thought I could do until I became a manager for the high school, for Dodge County High School's football team, and that kind of somewhat sparked my athletic ability. And I thought about starting a wrestling team at Dodge County, and because we didn't have one, I wanted to be able to compete in some way, participate in athletics. So I got a petition up with some of my friends, and lo and behold, we ended up getting a wrestling team my junior year. So yeah, we got a wrestling team started, and shout out to Coach Greer, Dr. Stephen Greer, who's now the principal at
Yeah,
Dodge
he's
County
principal
High
at
School.
Dodge.
He's the principal?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's principal now.
That's cool.
That's the baddest man on the planet to me, man. And like I say, man, without him, there'd be no me, because he took my dream from just me being able to wrestle to making it wrestling for the whole county, for youth league, all the way to middle school to high school. So like to be able to wrestle for the 2 years that I did was a complete blessing. And there was times where I had the self-doubt that always creeps in, especially with being an athlete. Like, there was a point where I was gonna quit the wrestling team that I started.
Yeah, tell them about that shit.
Yeah, that was wild.
This is what always gets me.
So the way wrestling works is you have different stages toward the end of the year. You have your regionals, your sectionals, and then you have state. And you have team state and individual state. And team region and team sectionals. So we didn't have every weight class full, but the weight class that I was in, we had several people that could have wrestled in that spot. And I was costing our team points, because the way it works is you wrestle individually, but your points when you win or lose matches adds to your team score. So what was happening was we was giving up so many points, and I was losing all my matches, so I was costing us more points. So I went to coach one day and was like, look, I've lost all my matches. I'm costing us points. We're going into region. I don't want to keep doing this. And coach had to look me in my eyes and be like, Matthew, this is bigger than you right now, man. You don't see it. He's like, but it's bigger than you. He said, you have a varsity spot on our wrestling team. He said, I didn't give you that spot. He said, God put you in this position for a reason. Mm-hmm. He was like, stick with it. He's like, I promise you, like, he's like, it's bigger. He's like, you don't see it, but I promise you it's bigger than you. So I ended up sticking around. And when the team found out about it, it was like, they were like, you gonna do what? And so like they convinced me, let's say, to stick around. And like, so now the team is there, and my singlet is retired. It's the only retired singlet in Dodge County. And usually it only happens for the top dogs in the world of wrestling.
No, you are the top dog,
Like,
bro.
Like, you have to have, like, 4-year winning. Like if you're a high school wrestler and your singlet gets retired, you don't lose matches. Your record is like 100 and something, and maybe like 2.
Some shit matters more than a record.
Yeah.
Matthew. I mean, some stuff definitely matters more than win or loss.
You're right, because my record is 0-33. So for 2 years, I lost all my wrestling matches, and I was like, and Coach Greer decided to retire my singlet because, like he said, it was bigger than me. And now I have kids that were in youth league that have gone on and graduated, but every time they see me, they're like, man, it's so good to see you. Like, thank you for, they always tell me, like, man, I miss wrestling, and I miss wrestling because of you and Greer. And, like, that's, like, a big compliment for me because I'm, like, I'm glad to know that I've had a big impact on some of these kids. Like, so.
Well, that's the most important thing about you, though. Like, I've told you this since somebody wants to go back and listen to the first episodes we did. Like, there's not a lot of people in this world, and it's usually like a head coach or something. Like it's somebody like Phil Jackson or a fucking general or something in some army that makes you want to run through a fucking wall for them. Deion Sanders right now is making every fucking kid in America want to run through a wall for him.
He makes me want to
Yeah,
run
no
through
shit.
a freaking wall.
God damn, yeah. But I mean, same thing with you though. Like you have a way about you that makes somebody not just have your back, but a lot of people can make you love them or like them. There's not a lot of people that make you want to be loyal to them.
Right.
And like you make people want to be loyal to a fault.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, like dude, that's what I was trying to find is somebody. I guess you just recently got it retired, like your singlet, right?
No, it got retired my senior year.
What did you just do that you were with Coach Greer though?
Oh, we just happened to run into each other.
Oh, okay, because I got the pitch. Somebody sent it to me.
Yeah.
Did you send it to me?
I don't think I did.
No, hell, Coach Greer might have sent it to me
He
then.
might have.
Yeah, because somebody sent it to me. I mean, it's just in the past month.
Right. Yeah, because it was actually right before the homecoming parade.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because where I worked, we had a float in the parade, and he happened to be walking through, and it was so funny because the first time he walked by me, he didn't see me.
Yeah.
Because I went, Coach, and he didn't see me. So, like, when he came back through, I go, Sergeant Major. He turns around and he goes, oh, shoot. And he goes, Burton, what's up, man? We chopped it up. He asked me how I was doing. And I'm like, man, it's so good to see you. Like, I was genuinely happy, like, just to be around him again for that brief second. Because, like, man, like I say, that man made my entire career. I would have gotten into MMA, but I wouldn't have been so gung-ho about it if it hadn't have been for him and my other coaches that were around.
If he wouldn't have pushed it, would have been a whole nother story.
Yeah. Shout out to Coach Justin Humble, too. If he and Coach Greer and Captain Parks didn't push me the way they did.
Didn't he pass away?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Damn.
Freaking killed
I
me,
haven't heard that name in a long time. That dude was a good dude.
He was a great dude. And, man, like, them three, they pushed me, man. And, like, I'm so thankful for it. Because, like, I've said it 100,000 times. I'll say it 100,000 times more. Without them, there'd be no me. Yeah, shout out to Coach Tony Taylor, too, man. He was one of them.
Coach T.
He was right there with me, too. Like, he always pushed me, man.
You realize, though, like, with you, they probably talk the same way about you.
Yeah, Coach Greer has said that, and that blew my mind.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I really do think that your calling when you get done doing the MMA stuff is a motivational speaker. I really do. I think it
terrifies the shit out of me.
Man, I'm telling you, you have shit that you've been through that gives you such a positive air still.
Yeah.
Your story can help so many people that's in your position or been told that they couldn't do something because of a physical limitation or anything like that. You don't only like motivate them, but you motivate guys on the other aisle, other men and women on the other side of the aisle too, that are able-bodied or whatever, that you have a way of lighting a fucking fire under everybody. And if Deion Sanders met you, 1,000 fucking %. Deion, if you ever hear this, I swear to God,
bro, if we could ever make that happen, I would freaking die.
And he would meet you, and 10 minutes after meeting you, he'd say, "You're addressing my team." And then 30 minutes later, the University of Colorado's got a contract for you to sign for just you to be around a team all the time.
That would be freaking amazing because, man, Deion, like, listening to him, like, but even before he got the job at Colorado, I'll listen to clips of him before I go to the gym.
Yeah.
Or, like, right after I wake up in the morning, and I'm like, let's go. Like, I'm so hyped up and ready to go
You
and
say
push
that
through.
next thing, you're like a year or two down the road, there's already like a movie about.
Yeah, that's not. There will be.
That would be
1,000%.
That'd
All
be
right.
awesome.
Yeah, like you are. I don't really know how else to put this, so I'm just going to say it. Like in the movie Radio, where they viewed him as a mascot.
Right.
That's not you.
Yeah.
Right.
Like they just like, oh, this is a good accessory piece to have around.
And see, that's one of the things that I've tried to avoid.
Yeah, but
I
takes.
don't want to become a parody of myself.
Yeah,
you know
but
what I
it
mean?
takes 10 fucking minutes to be around you, and you realize that's not you.
Yeah.
But until you put yourself in that position to where people like to where you see that that's not you.
Right.
Like, hell, I'm just saying this about me because I'm one of the hardest people in the fucking world to work with or do shit with. Like, because I expect certain things from people.
Right.
Like, somebody like me would even want to use you
Right.
in a negative connotation, but it would blow their shit the fuck up or whatever.
Right. And see, I've tried to avoid that too.
Yes.
And that's part of the reason why I don't have the social media. Like you say, I should have a big social media following.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason why I don't have that is
Yeah.
because I don't want to put out content to where people.
Poor pitiful me.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, you don't do
And
that.
that's why my content is so scarce because, like, half the time I don't feel like what I'm doing is interesting enough. And two, I don't want that poor, pitiful me story to be part of what I'm doing. Like, nah, screw that. Like,
That's what I'm saying though.
I
Like
want you to see,
once someone talks to you though, and they see your motivation, they see your drive, they see you want more, they see you just the way you talk about everything. It's very obvious, very quick with you that you're not that poor, pitiful me person.
Right. And I try to be that, and it's so cool. Like you said, with some of the kids that I work with,
Yeah.
like it's so much fun to watch them take something that I've told them or shown them, and have them apply it, and then they get the skill they're working for, and I'm like, it makes me smile, and I don't even have to say anything to them.
Yeah.
I just have to be like, good job, and inside I'm going, that's awesome that I had a hand in that.
Well, what's probably even better, whether you realize it or not, is you can teach them one thing on a mat, and that's important to you right now. But I'll guarantee you're teaching them all kind of shit that you have no idea you're teaching them about life, about all other kind of stuff that'll stick with them the rest of their life. They might forget that fucking jiu-jitsu move,
Right.
but they're never going to forget what you've taught them how to be a good person.
Right.
And all kind of special shit like that.
Or to be basically, or to be adaptable to any situation. Be courageous, even when life tells you no. And I think that's personally, I think that's what the world needs more of. We need more humble people, not people that are, we need more humble, not less.
Right.
Because
I would agree with that.
Huh?
I said I would agree with that.
I mean, that's the problem with the world now. We got too many messed up people, too many self-centered people, and it just destroys the world, really.
And that's one of the things that I picked up on from, like you said, all of the coaches that I've had, even now, up in Macon, we're at Rush MMA. Shout out to them. Like the coaches up there and like the whole team up there, like they teach me every time I go to class. They'll teach me something about jiu-jitsu, like you said, or MMA. But like I'm listening to what they're saying after that about life situations and see how they deal with it. And if I think I need it, I'll stick it with me. So I hope that I'm doing that for people.
You're one. You do it for me.
Appreciate that.
Like
Man.
you've done. I guarantee you, if somebody was to go back and listen from the time me and you did our first episode together to now, I bet you that I've said your name more on this show, told your story more on this show than fuck even mine. Like it's because, like I said, you already make somebody want to run through a wall for you, but you're such a good example of a lot of really good things that this world needs a lot more of.
Yes.
Like
I tried.
I've never watched one of your fights. I haven't been to one of them, but I can tell you, outside of that, the positive effects you've had on my life. Like watching that would be cool, but it's the person that I get to see and be friends with and see what you've done for others and how you inspire others. That's the part of you to me that's special.
I appreciate that, man. And like that's all I'm talking about. It for me is one thing. It's like doing it is the other, and that's why I push so hard to do everything that I'm doing, because like I can talk about it till I'm blue in the face, but once you see me do it,
Yeah.
then I can make you a believer that way. And that's why I'm so adamant about competing and getting out there and showing people what I can do.
Yeah.
Is because everybody can talk about it,
Yeah.
but are you actually going to do it?
Yeah, you going out, okay, it's called adaptive MMA.
Yeah, adaptive combat sports.
Adaptive combat sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people that do that in the first place.
There's not.
And it takes just a certain level of balls, too,
Yep.
to do that and heart to do it. I've told you since the beginning, I respect the fuck out of it.
I appreciate that, man. And that's one of the things I'm working on. Like I said, slowly but surely, like more adaptives are going to come out and more adaptives are going to have a lot of opportunity to do combat sports, because I want to give that platform. And I'm slowly but surely, I'm going to keep saying it. It's going to happen, because that is my goal right now, because we need it, because we don't have it.
Yeah. And I hope you understand the reason why there's going to be more in the future is because there's people like you that are putting themselves out there one way or another. And there's going to be some kid that has a disability and he's going to be like, fuck yeah, I can do this too. But it doesn't happen without guys like you. That's why I've told you.
Yeah.
I think that's what you're special at. You don't realize you're special at it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I feel like I bring people together by doing more than talking about it. I feel like, because I'll tell people all the time, I'm like, hey, you want something to do? You don't feel like you have a direction to go? Come train with me, see if you like it, and let me work with you, see if you like it. And if it gives you a platform, great.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel better about yourself, great. That's what I wanted. Like you don't have to compete. Like just do it to make you better.
Yeah.
Like that's all I want is people to be better.
That self-worth is what you're talking
Yeah.
about. Like knowing you can do something like that.
Yep. Yep.
Basically, like find solutions, not people to blame. Like
Yeah.
find a solution to it.
Well, you don't play victim. And that's the one of the things I fucking adore about you. It makes me hate so many other people.
Me too.
Is you don't play victim. If anybody in this fucking world should be like, I can be the victim today, is you. Like you've had shitty cards dealt, but you're like, fuck that shit. I'm not being that person.
Yeah, that's what I mean by like I don't have sympathy for people, because like
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that do play the victim, and it annoys me to no end, and I'm like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Couldn't be me. Like no matter how bad my situation gets, it couldn't be me, because I know as long as I keep going, I'm going to freaking get out of it somewhere. It may not be as fast as I want it to be. It may not be as easy as I want it to be, but eventually I'm getting out of this.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be here.
And normally it's the people on the other side, like the ones that are dealt the good cards, that are the ones that are complaining about the smallest of things. Like,
Yep.
oh my God, my life sucks. Everything's terrible. They didn't get my espresso right
Fucking
at Starbucks.
voice are you using over there?
I'm joking. I'm just,
Good God.
But
I thought the most racist, fucked up thing on this show was going to be I had a rebel flag with Obama's face on it. All of a sudden, you're over there doing this. It's like, oh, shit.
Well,
That's
that's
it.
we're
That's
just
just-
gonna
that's
we're gonna
a-
offend everyone.
I'm just
Oh,
I'm just
God.
saying, like even
I get what you mean.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
like fucking what you feel.
No. Well, I heard this. People say, oh, things can always get worse, but things can also always get better.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a bad day. Everybody's got a good day. You have to have bad days to have good days.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I think too many people have to just be grateful you got tomorrow.
What you got.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's not-
That's what I'm saying, man. I'm blessed to have what I have, and I'm not
Yeah.
going to complain about it. Is it a perfect situation? No, but I'm safe. I'm blessed. I'm alive. I can do what I love to do. So why should I complain?
Yeah, you're definitely going to end up a motivational speaker.
Yeah.
When you get to the point to where you're ready to hang up your singlet or whatever the fuck you do MMA and stuff now when you're ready to hang your tights up or whatever they say in wrestling, like, I will help you. I will 1,000% do my damnedest to put you in front of kids and young adults that need to hear your message.
I appreciate it, man. Because, like, that actually, the more I think about it, like, the more I want to get into it. But like I say, I want to be able to do that and still physically be able to do it, which is why I say I want to get around veterans and talk to them about it and my story and be like, try to give that outlet not only for adaptive athletes, but like everybody, especially kids, man. Because without, like I say, without the coaches that I've had, like, I wouldn't be where I am. So, like, I want to be able to be that for somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not going to have a problem with that. I will guarantee you. I know what impact you've made on me. You've probably done the same thing on Davies, on Phil, on fucking everybody that you have came across.
Right.
And you just,
I think I have. A lot of people have said that to me, and I'm just like, I'm not good at taking compliments. So, like, sometimes I just smile and take it in and be like, that's awesome. Like, and that's all I can say.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Well, it's good. That means you don't get a big head about it. You know?
You don't have a fucking ego out of this world.
I don't.
Exactly.
I don't. Like, because I know, like I say, you can always learn. You can always be better, and that's one of the things they teach you, like in jiu-jitsu, is there's always higher you can go.
Yeah.
There's always more learning you can do.
Yeah.
Well, you are going to keep doing it. And I know you got some cool shit and everything coming up and all that good shit.
Yeah.
Dude, we'll end this in a minute, but I'm just proud of you. I mean, as you're one of the folks that I am very, very grateful we've had on the show. We had a girl on last night. God, I'm going to say her name wrong. It's Ireland Gabriella. But she's doing some boxing and shit now. She's young. And she's a fucking badass.
Cool.
But like, she's one of those
training
folks that, like, I want her to hear your story.
I
want some folks like her to hear your story.
I'm gonna have to listen to it because I love to hear her story.
She's a badass.
By the way, you met Whitney Miller, and like, I almost lost my mind.
Whitney Miller.
Yeah.
I'm so bad with names. The
Miller time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, see, she's only done the show one
Yeah.
time. She ain't done.
Yeah.
I'm so bad with names, dude.
You met her, and I messaged you that day. I was like, dude, you have no idea how badass she is.
I didn't.
Like-
And that's fucking crazy. I didn't know. This woman, Lee Tucker, set her up to be on the show.
Yeah, I
'cause they had wrote
messaged Lee.
something.
I messaged Lee that
Yeah.
day and was like, dude, I have to meet her.
Yeah.
Because, like, Coach Greer is actually the one who told me about her and, like, made me follow her because I've followed her, like, since I started my jiu-jitsu journey.
That's
I'm
cool,
like,
dude.
she's freaking
Yeah, I didn't know. Like,
bad.
Yeah, like I didn't know shit
probably-
about her.
that's
I thought
probably
she was
a good-
just a country artist.
Lee
Well, that's
told
probably
her.
a good thing.
Lee,
That way you can be a
I-
little more
I
natural.
messaged-
You listened to that episode, right?
Yeah, I did.
What has she done 17 times? Ayahuasca.
Yeah.
Mushrooms.
Yeah.
There we. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, this woman has been what? Fighting champion of some
Yeah.
time, Miss Texas, wakeboarding champion.
Yep.
Like 2 or 3, and now she's trying her hand at country music, and she's
Yeah.
pretty good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's bad, motherfucker.
I messaged Lee that day on Snapchat, and I was like, dude, she is awesome. And, like, he messaged her and told her about me, and then she messaged him back, and I was like,
I'll share this clip with her.
I was like, that's
clip this out and
freaking
get it to her.
awesome. I was like, man, I messaged you that day and was like, I'm so jealous right now, and you don't even know it.
Yeah,
like-
she was cool.
I was like, man, it'd be awesome I want to roll with her one time.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Not for
Hey, John,
other
Yeah,
reasons.
I'll keep
For
it professional. but
Professional reasons.
I'll keep it professional, but she'll make me want to learn jujitsu if if I can roll with her too.
Understand? Yeah.
She's so cool though. She'd probably
Yeah.
laugh at that joke.
Yeah, she's really cool. And, like, so I want to be able to reach out to, like, as many people as I can about it. And, like, the fact that she knows, it'd be awesome to just pick her brain about
Yeah.
it. I didn't know she had started Alpha Brain with her ex.
Yeah.
Or on it,
Yeah,
not
I didn't either.
On it. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, see, once again, things that should be said to me before a fucking show, because Alpha Brain, if I'm not wrong, Joe Rogan owns a piece of Alpha
Yeah,
Brain.
he owns a piece of Olive on it, I think.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh, okay. Well, if she's that close, I'd be like, hey, look now.
Right? Yeah, I want to try it.
Yeah.
I want to try out, like
Yeah.
specifically
Hey,
Alpha
find
Brain.
a
I want to try.
Yeah, you got to network in the right
Boy,
way, baby.
That would
Yeah.
be crazy. That
I'm definitely not on his radar, and should I be
I-
anytime
you
soon.
never know,
I
though.
want-
You
Yeah,
never know.
That's
he's
like
the
one of
goat
my.
to me.
Y'all's ashwagandha connection.
That's
you
like
know,
one of
yeah.
my unattainable dreams is to be on Joe Rogan.
You don't
one day.
have no. Because
Like-
once again, just like I said about Dion, you let anybody hear how you started to that wrestling team starting to you damn telling them, I don't want to hurt the team in the playoffs. Take me off the team, whatever. Your team be like, fuck that shit. Disney's gonna make a movie about it just at that goddamn point.
Not Disney.
Like,
It's
yeah,
not
we'll go Pixar.
there we go. That's better.
Or I guess you would probably want Marvel Studios to probably do it for you.
I mean, we'd figure
He's like,
it
But,
I
out.
want a suit. I want.
yeah. But goddamn, I need to write that movie.
Yeah.
That's actually.
I could see
Oh,
that.
fucking Shazam!
Yeah.
Shazam already had to deal with it, didn't he?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
yep.
They did.
God damn, Shazam!
Yep.
God, the
Zachary
the
Black man loses out to a white man again.
Oh
Yeah.
that's cracking fire.
Shazam beat you.
Yep.
I'd never watch that movie again if I was you.
Wait, who would play his Shazam character then? You know, like his
Oh, it's gotta be Dwayne.
Yeah,
it's gotta be The Rock.
It's gotta be.
It's gotta be The Rock.
It's
gotta be.
It's either Dwayne or Kevin Hart. That either one.
Actually, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
Get Kevin to play me,
That dude,
me
that
now,
would be perfect.
and then get The Rock.
All
to
right,
play
look,
my
I'm
Shazam
finna get
version.
canceled for this. I've seen you walk on the things before. I know how hard it is. Like, that shit looks hard as fuck. Sure, anybody would look a certain way trying to walk on them. Can you imagine Kevin Hart doing it? Kevin Hart trying to use your fucking crutches.
Well, now I want to see it. 'Cause
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious.
Hey.
Oh, he could never post it because he's definitely.
Oh
You're
my-
definitely canceled. For
If
me, even thinking of Kevin Hart doing it ought to get fucking canceled.
I'm
if
saying
I
he would be
endorsed
the-
it, do you think he would get canceled?
I don't think so. I think.
I don't
what
think
I'm
so
saying
either.
Is he would he would be what I was saying is he would be the original character.
Yeah.
And then Kevin Hart would be his Shazam character, Captain. 'Cause you
No.
know- yes. Or either
Phil,
one of
I'm
the other.
already short enough. Like, at least let me fantasize
We-
about
we-
being taller, so
well,
make it The
well,
Rock.
The Rock. Well, The Rock would be pretty cool though. That would be pretty cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that would.
That's
be-
what I would do. Fuck, he can be mine. I can morph into him. That's a
the-
big fucker.
The Rock was supposed to have a convention, like an athletic convention,
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
in Atlanta, and I had plans to go, but right when COVID hit, he canceled it, and I haven't heard anything else about it since.
He's burning houses down in Maui right now. So it's,
Getting that property tax.
good God, I don't know. I really like him though. He's one of the ones that I just. Feel like,
too.
but once again, I'll circle it back to you. The effect that he has on people. You ever watch the movie that he's in? What's the one about him in prison with them kids?
Gridiron Gang.
Gridiron Gang.
Yeah, I've watched it.
Yeah,
I
you're,
watched it.
you're the same level of motivation.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I feel like I could be. I just gotta, and I have done some motivational speaking just with the kids I work with, and just people wanting to talk to me. So I think it's something I can get into, but I got to get over that,
You
fear
will.
of public speaking.
Yeah.
You and me both, buddy.
Well, first off, fear of public speaking. Look, you think about everybody you see that's a comedian. Everybody that you really, really like is a fucking comedian. Shit that I'd have to do on stage or whatever, even a country music artist or any artist or whatever. You got to understand, at one point in time, every one of us had to hear crickets. And that's the fear of public speaking.
Yep.
Is everybody, once you get over that fear of crickets, look, it's knowing that you have a good message or knowing whatever you're going to do when you get in front of people. First off, it's not about helping the whole crowd. Right. You're looking for that one person. You're looking for that one person that needs to hear exactly what you have to say that day. And you're at that place, whether you realize it or not, there's 10,000 people there. Your message was meant for one person. And when you get that through your head that all you have to do is get one clap at the end, one laugh, one whatever, then you touch the person you were supposed to touch.
Right. Yeah, thinking about it like that, yeah, I think I could do it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind doing it either. Thinking about it
Or
that way.
well, do you post TikToks or anything like that?
I do, but like
What's a
sporadically.
TikTok like? Have you ever had a video that's got 1,000 views on it?
I think my highest one has 900 and something.
Okay. You think about, some people are like, damn, that's not much, right?
Right.
You think about standing in front of 900 people.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You think about being like at our high school gym. That's probably capacity.
Yeah, that's nuts.
You think about being at Crazy Bull or any bar like that. That's the
Right.
whole floor plus some packed the fuck out.
Right.
That's a lot of fucking people.
Right.
If you're already comfortable making TikToks or making social media posts or posting on Facebook or whatever, knowing that amount of people might see it, there's no difference in it. You just have to tell your brain, like that is the rewiring process of your brain.
Right.
Like anything that you can have an understanding of is going to change your mindset. So when you start rationalizing things like that to where it's like, okay, I've already got 500 likes on a picture or post on Facebook. Mm-hmm. If that many people has already seen it, the only difference is one's in front of me, one's on the internet. It's not that much of a difference.
Yeah.
Thinking about it like that, and then yeah, it's something I definitely need to get into. Then I might as well start with everything else I'm doing.
What's the saying? Small stones make big mountains. I mean, all it takes is a little bitty until it grows into something.
Little
big.
aliens made big pyramids.
Exactly. or make a lot of predators.
Predators.
You said aliens, so I was predators.
I meant like,
He's talking about that.
I'm talking about like the ones that are visiting us right now.
No, I'm picking around.
I got what you
Hey,
meant.
you
I
missed
got
it.
what you meant though.
Hey,
I got
you
what you
missed
meant
it.
though.
He's talking about the other aliens that fight the aliens.
Aliens.
That's funny to me. I like that y'all get my stupid references.
Hey, bro, you get mine too. Like the other night when we was on TikTok, and I was like, I'm immature, and you were like, yeah, me too.
Yep.
I don't even remember what we said, but it was
I don't
funny to
either.
me.
I don't even remember that shit.
It was funny to me.
Well, we're man children. It's
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
But dude, I just want to tell you, I'm super fucking proud of you.
I think
I've known you longer than 3 years, but ever since you started coming around me several years ago or whatever, like I just want you to know that whatever you're gonna do, you're gonna be successful at it.
I appreciate that, man. I'm proud of you too, man.
Thank you.
And let me tell you, I appreciate you allowing me to come and use your platform to
Anytime.
tell my story and help get it out, man. Like I said, I'm proud of you, man. And anytime I can be a part to help you around, let me know, and I'm there.
Dude, you can literally anything I do. You see me post something on Facebook or whatever, and it says I'm going to do something. You can go with me to anything. All you gotta do is fucking ask me.
I appreciate that,
Tell him
man.
about that.
I will.
He don't listen. I keep telling
Yeah,
him.
like I don't. Yeah, you
Again,
literally
it's
you
the
can go
thing of
fucking.
I don't like to bother people.
You don't bother me.
No,
Hey, dude, I'm telling you, I don't answer my phone for some people.
I know.
Like I know who bothers me and who don't.
Right.
You have never bothered me.
That's what I was telling him the other. Actually, I think earlier today I was telling him that because
Yeah,
trust me, I got relatives that are like that. You give them an inch, they take a mile.
He
But
gets on
he's-
me
he's
about that all the time. He'd be
He's
like,
the complete opposite. Like he'll sometimes not even come to an event just because he doesn't want to be a burden. And that's why I said about the whole humble. Honestly,
especially when I'm broke.
not that, but you know what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
like humble. We need more humble.
You need more of just like it's more than humble. It's
Yeah, I
more
know,
than yeah. Dude, you are. I know that if I view, I'm the biggest dick there is. I know that if I view you the way that I do, then everybody else probably has to. Because I'm probably the hardest to convince. I'm the most cynical.
Right.
So, like, if I think that it is a blessing to have you around, everybody else is gonna think you're a blessing.
Yeah.
You're definitely not a burden.
I will say,
Yeah.
man, I've met some really cool people through you, man. And it's been awesome, and I've been able to reach out to some of them like outside of being
Yeah.
around you, and like to hear them like come to me and tell me like that I helped them in some way or fashion, or helped a friend that they had, like that really does. It makes my heart happy.
Well, that's what you're here for. I don't care what. I mean, I wish you'd win all the titles that you fucking could win. I wish that, you would do this, this, and this. But I can tell you that I know, and it's not me knocking the rest of that stuff because I'm proud of you when whatever you do. But it's like I know what the good Lord put you here for. I know why he put you here through the shit you've been through, why you've overcome the shit you've overcome. And it's because you were meant to make a difference in people's lives that are like you, in my opinion.
And that's one of the things that I say all the time is like, if you can't make an impact on the world, make an impact on the world around you. And that's really all I'm trying to do.
Well, you're doing a fucking good job, Bubba.
I appreciate that, man.
Well, dude, I think that's a good ending. When we get the new studio open, y'all are gonna have to come help us christen it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And all that kind of stuff. We'll have a good time. We'll throw a little welcome to town party up there.
Heck yeah.
And all that kind of stuff. And hopefully, you'll be on more shows within the next couple of years. But hopefully, we'll have another 6-year anniversary show
Heck yeah.
when it's time to come. But anyway, dude, tell them your social media real fast, all that good shit, and we got here.
Follow me on Facebook at my name, Matthew Burton, 2 T's. Adaptive SSJ on Instagram and SSJ Project 135. You can also check me out on Nerd Variety Podcast with my boy Davies and our friend Hayden. We talk about all nerd and pop culture shit. It's a good podcast. It's a fun time.
I like it.
Y'all will enjoy it. And that's about it. Oh, follow me on TikTok as well at Adaptive SSJ. And that's all my socials, I believe.
Well, cool.
Twitter too.
Phil, you got anything you want to say for you offer?
No, I'm good.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Good.
I'm letting him talk. So
There you go.
I'll come in here and there just to kind of help out.
All right, boys. Well, I'm fixing to get high and go to bed. So, anyway, thanks each and every one of y'all for listening to the Josh Terry podcast. We have nothing this weekend. Then October the 31st, we are in Alabama, over in Sneed, Alabama, at Cotton Field Grill, 7 to 9 on next Tuesday. Then November 4th, we got Brian Martin, my boy, at the Hummingbird in Macon, Georgia for Josh Terry's Honky Tonk Nights. Then my fucking finale for this year, my biggest thing I'm doing the rest of this year is November the 8th, Live Oak. We've already got LV Shane, Ashland Kraft, Brett Cherokee, Ryan Nelson. There's a lot more. We're going to release the thing at the end of next week. So just plan accordingly. And I want to thank each and every one of you. Oh, fuck. November 10th and 11th. I've got so much shit going on. November 10th and 11th at Backrose Park and Event Venue. We got Tristan Baugh and Confederate Railroad on November 10th. And on the 11th there, we have got Ella Langley and Trey Lewis. I'll be hosting the event. We have several social media personalities that are going to be there hanging out with us. It's going to be fucking a great time. Back Row Park and Event Venues tickets are available. They're still VIP tickets. Go get yours now. Hang out with us. And that is it. Thank each and every one of y'all for listening to Josh Terry Podcast. I will see y'all later.
Peace.